So today the message is that we're not going to tolerate predators here, not in our community, and not traveling to our community from anywhere else. We spoke back in February about this issue when we arrested several individuals for child sex crimes, and we've conducted a second operation to follow up from that one. And at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Captain Durden, or Caleb Durden. He's going to kind of go through the arrest and a little bit of the operation. When he finishes up, we'll be glad to take a few questions. So, go ahead.
Thank you all for being here. I just want to say thank you also to Sheriff and Chief Flanagan for supporting us and letting us do this important work. I also want to say thank you to our corrections officers. They did an awesome job. Our deputies that were helping with us, the APD officers, and all the investigators from both agencies, they did a great job working together and making this happen. So thank you to y'all. We talked back in February after that operation, seeing this firsthand, about the only way I can describe it. It's extremely shocking. It's just wicked and vile what these folks are doing. The press release we had put together says last week, Limestone County Sheriff's Office and Athens Police Department conducted a joint operation focused on identifying, investigating, and arresting predators seeking to commit illegal sex acts with children. We made 10 arrests in this operation. These offenders targeted and solicited those who they believed to be children, but were actual undercover law enforcement officers. These predators found our undercover officers in chat rooms, social media, and other online portals. Parents, we implore you to please get involved in your child's digital life, those devices that they have, such as their phones, computers, and their gaming systems. These people are looking for them there. So please monitor their devices. Don't let them be a victim by being exposed to this extreme evil at such a young age, please. These offenders that we have arrested here, they agreed to pay to engage in these sexual acts with children, and then they traveled to designated locations in Limestone County to commit these acts. Just a couple of notes there. We did collect 4 firearms during this operation, and then I wanted to address the arrest of Mr. Douglas, Tavion Douglas, who he was with Trenton Bolden, and he did not receive the same charges because of his involvement. He was only charged with the public intoxication, attempt to elude, and then the possession of marijuana, which is the crimes that he committed during our operation. So just wanted to address that, why he was arrested, and his charges are not the same as everyone else. Sheriff, we'll take a few questions on the operation. We won't speak to the specifics, but we'd be happy to entertain a few.
All right. It's up to y'all. Yes, ma'am.
What was it like working with each other to bust out these criminals?
It was great. I'm very proud of the working relationship that we have with Athens and the surrounding agencies. An operation like this takes a ton of manpower, and without us working together, there's no way it would be as successful as it was. So, absolutely.
I also want to reiterate what the Sheriff said. We have a very good working relationship with the Sheriff's Department. As you can tell from this, we participated back in February on this. And not just on this, we do other things with them and them with us throughout the year. So we have a very good relationship with them.
And then, how do you feel about the people who are on YouTube, such as predators, people like that who are trying to imitate what you guys did?
So I appreciate what they're doing. We have a set of standards and rules that we have to follow. They don't, and that's been brought to my attention. But everything we do, we prepare for trial. We want to make sure all our bases are covered, that we're following all the laws that we have to follow. So I appreciate what they're doing, and some of them are very successful. We have not worked with any of those organizations, I guess is what you would call them, but it's a different set of standards for us versus them. We want to make sure that every case that we make is successful in the prosecution side of it, so we tried to build the best case we can, and like I said, follow the laws that we have to obey by. So,
If you could walk us through the operation again. You mentioned it was on chat rooms and Snapchat. And can you kind of walk us through, how you investigated and then how you found these people?
so I'm not going to speak to the details of the operation, obviously for security reasons. This is something that we have an ongoing thing with. We don't want people to know when we're out there or how we're doing it, but we have decoys out there. We don't solicit people, they solicit our decoys. They solicit everything from us. We stay very far from an entrapment. We make sure that we don't do any of that. So they are the ones that have come out and solicited our decoys, and we go from there. So
So you mentioned a lot of this is, wanting to protect children and, wanting parents to talk to their kids about, the kind of people that can lurk on social media. Can you kind of touch on that a little bit?
be involved in your kid's business. It's your job to do it. It's not our business. Our kids have access to more than we ever did when we were growing up. And these people are out there, and it's not just cell phones. It's just not YouTube or web pages or those kind of things. They're in chat rooms with video games. You need to make sure that you know what your children are doing. And this goes to any platform. It can be a game as innocent as you could think. That's where they're going because that's where they're least expected to be. They're going to set up chats. They're going to start by asking your kids personal questions, locations. They're going to start grooming your children, and it goes from there. So be in your child's business. It's your job to do it as a parent.
Is this a proactive operation or reactive?
This is proactive. So our goal is to make it so that any of these predators are out there are scared to come to Limestone County. I said that last time, and we will continue to do these operations. We want them to know that if they are soliciting a child and they find out they live in Limestone County, that there's a good chance they're going to run into one of us. So it's, I would say, proactive 100%.
Are there any kind of like metrics you're looking for, or like quotas,
Yeah, I'd love to have 0 arrests because everybody turned away when they find it was Limestone County, because that means that they're scared to come to Limestone County. Do I think we'll ever rid it through the whole nation? Not on our own. That's a goal nationwide, but if we can get it out of our county and let our citizens know that their children are safe, then that's a huge step, I think.
As for the terms of this specific operation, though, is this like a 10-month run?
I'm not going to go into the specifics. Like, this is something we do ongoing. To get into that could jeopardize the security of the operation. So.
And then I know, I said on the release that several of them have already been bonded out. How many of them are still kind of in your custody right now?
I don't know if I know the answer to that.
Just one.
I think we just have one, according to what he said. So, yeah.
We'll take one more question.
I was going to say that the kind of charges that they have, what kind of sentence or, what kind of discipline, could that come from?
They are felony charges anywhere from a Class A down, so you're looking at 20 plus. I'd kind of be speaking ignorant. I think some of them could carry a life charge. I'm not 100% sure. I was hoping that the DA, but he got tied up in court, so he couldn't be here. So he could answer some of those questions. But maybe something to reach out to him and get confirmation on those for sure. So, yep. Again, I want to thank y'all. I want to ask y'all to pray for our community, pray for these officers. They've been exposed to stuff that you couldn't even imagine through these operations, so just for their well-being and their mind. And again, thank you for always being invested in what we're doing in our community, and thank y'all for coming out. Y'all have a great day.